Unpopular Demand, the podcast discover music worth telling your friends about. I'm your host, Ethan Ijumba, and this is the series brought to you by Variance Magazine. Today, with my special guest, we have LA rock band Beauty School Dropout, who are leading the bold new era of rock right now. I'm joined by the members of Coley, Beepus, and Bardo. First and foremost, how are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
Can't complain.
Glad to hear. You guys are on tour currently, correct?
Yes, sir.
I know that in the midst of your tour, you just had your recent single or most latest Sex Appeal drop in between the midst of it. What's it been like pretty much going through the whole touring aspect as well as releasing music aspect? And how has it been? Because I know we have a lot to build up to of what you guys have got going on for your next project.
I think it's been really easy for us this time around. We kind of wrapped the entire project before even leaving for this tour. So that's really afforded us the opportunity to just focus on the performance side, which has been really special for us because that's what we love the most. And it's been great. We've played the song every night. We got a new single drop in tonight called Two of Us. We've just been getting to like test run all the songs to fresh audience and like old fans too. And it's been cool to see how well it's received and just how fun it is to actually play them for the first time.
And then to further speak on that, while you're making these new releases and you're also getting to perform them in the midst of time, do you see or notice that your fans are maybe gravitating more towards the new songs you've been playing more? Or do you feel like maybe they're still more adjusted to what you did out previously? Or how do you see the connection with your fans and being able to perform that new song? It's more organic and new and fresh to them.
I think we've been blessed with our fans that they're always stoked about new music. Obviously, everyone has their favorites, but the reception of all the new music has been nothing but excitement for the album. Whether the song dropped 24 hours ago or not, like they know all the words. So it's super cool.
And your most recent singles you released recently, you've got Fever, Sex Appeal, and On Your Lips, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And now this is all the buildup of your first album, or is this your second album that you got going on? What is this project that you guys got pretty much happening?
This is our first, what I'm calling full length. It's 14 songs. The other ones were like 7, 8 songs.
They were albums on the technicality, but for us, we really see this as like our debut project of like, this is Beauty School Dropout through and through.
And this one's titled Where Did All the Butterflies Go? And you guys are releasing this under, I believe, Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 and Pete Wentz of Fall Out Boy. You're under their label. What exactly was the direction when it came down to just crafting this title and crafting this album and having such a legacy act of both of those two to just back what you guys are doing and support this vision and how you guys are going about it?
You know, they've been really, really great to us in the way of like letting us just be who we are. And in fact, I think pushing us to continue to be our most authentic selves. So when it comes to titles and stuff like that, they're usually, unless it's something just a bad idea, like they'll tell us. But no, I mean, the title came organically. Like it was honestly a thought that I had. And then upon having the thought, I was like, damn, that actually feels like a fitting name for the album, and brought it to the boys. Everyone was hyped. We rolled with it. So it's kind of easy getting from point A to point B, I guess, to the point of like presenting it to them and having them as our kind of mentors in this game. Like they just always are a positive influence in terms of us being as wholeheartedly ourselves as possible. And I think that we couldn't ask for anything more than that, really.
And then just overall to dive deeper into that support that you have, because you've got it from your fans, you've got it from your label, but you guys are you quote unquote an independent band still nonetheless?
Consider us not, because we're signed to a record label. We are like a self-sustaining machine. We do all of our merch production up until this record when we got Neil Avron, but besides that, we did everything up until then. Coley directs the music videos with our other friends, but we're all just like so far deep into our world and have our hands on everything. So we kind of operate like a DIY band, but we have just the support from a label and really cool mentors.
They're an indie label. I don't know what the threshold for being indie is anymore.
The language is very it's like Latin. It's very old.
Yeah.
And the new doesn't make sense. And yeah.
For sure.
So when it comes down to being very DIY, like you said, and how you guys have a process, how would you describe your roles aside from what you do, just members of the band wise? Because you're all instrumentalists to my knowledge, and you all have a background in music. But when it comes down aside from the music thing, you said one of you is directing. Is anybody creating the concept? Is anybody focusing more on the marketing? Is anyone mainly ideas on the social? So how do you guys necessarily go around just outside of the music when it comes down to developing new ideas for your projects?
I think it develops as we get further and further into this. Like we're so neurotic about having our hands on every aspect of the process, but I guess just for like easiest sake, like I do a lot of the creative direction when it comes to like visuals and music videos specifically, as well as kind of like connecting the dots elsewhere. Beepus is an insane graphic designer. He also is like super, super lit on the TM and tour side. Bardo's just like a savant producer and also has like a crazy brain when it comes to marketing and doing everything. Anything that involves technology, this man's, it's him. He is just so ahead of the curve. And so I think one way or another, we all have a say in each of those things. But I think the further that we get into it and obviously grow into our own lives, we've kind of just found what our strengths are. And we try and always lean into those things and just be as like, we all trust each other and we all respect each other enough to be like, okay, if you got this, you got this. Like there's never like a problem with it. If there's opposition, obviously we'll all plea our case, but we're kind of a democracy at the end of the day. So it's like we just have a lot of trust. It's like a marriage.
Yeah, as cliche as it is, no one's bigger than the band.
Yeah,
overall,
true.
it seems like you guys have a really great working relationship that's not only just healthy, but very collaborative and very bounce back from each other. It seems like everybody has a good amount of synergy when it comes down to like the idea and one goal, of course. But when it comes down to being a band, having goals kind of, I don't want to say to get blurred, but everybody has their own individual and their own group settings for what they might have. But what would you say is your guys' goal as a band that you're looking forward to achieve or accomplish when it comes down to just things that you're doing and working on?
I think for us, the ultimate goal is really just pulling together the biggest fan base we possibly can and bringing people together through music and just like creating a space in this world of rock where all the bullshit's left at the door. Sorry if I can't swear, I already did it. And like just creating a space where people feel safe to be themselves wherever they come from. And like, we love expressionism. We love people who are unique and individual themselves and like to transcend, status quo and just like to have a good time, man. We just want to have a good ass time. We love rock and roll, and that's just what it is.
And we want to play big shows.
Speaking on big shows, you guys are also on the horizon to perform at a lot of different events. I know you guys are set for was it the Warp Tour? And I'm going to probably butcher the name, but it's the Adobe Radio Summer School Tour.
Yes, sir.
And I know you guys are pretty much on your own tour as it is. You've got a lot of things going on for where you're going to be performing at. What's it been like getting this widespread just tour of all these different places and all these different exposure and this newfound experience by not just performing for your fans, but also just other people's as well too, which is like the beautiful thing about festivals and tours, because it's not only just people that kind of are similar to your fans, but also people that are similar to like another kind of, I want to say another category in a way.
It's just a blessing, bro. I think we're really just so happy to be graced with all these crazy people we get to share the stage with, and also like the opportunity to go prove ourselves every day. I think like the one thing that is always the most interesting and ever changing is like capturing all these new demographics and new audiences, because it's like we do cover a pretty wide spectrum sonically. So it's like even going from something like this tour, which is a lot of more pop centric acts, to like Blink-182 all the way to like I'll Let Live, who is just like punk up the middle. It's so cool that we get to test all of these things amongst all these different fan bases and all these people who, maybe prefer different sounds or didn't even know that they like this kind of music. And it's just fun.
And then just to further speak on that, and before we wrap on out of here,
Sure.
you've got the tour going on, you've got the album coming out, you got the singles dropping. What exactly expectations do you have set for yourself? Not really in terms of goals, but just expectations as it is when it comes down for this album. Like, do you guys have any hopes for that it achieves? Do you guys have any specifics that you want to really allow your fans to connect with it deeper? Do you want this to be something that isn't only just like a major drop commercially, but also something that also is connected to the people for what they feel spiritually to it? Like, what exactly do you really want to take away from this album, and what do you want people to take away from themselves too?
Places our entire set list.
Yeah. We want to keep playing these songs live. Like, I mean, we love our old catalog too, but we've just been playing those songs for so long and we've done so many shows with them. I think we're really looking forward to being able to like play a whole new round of songs. And also like, I think a big one for us is just like, we want to capture this time, this moment in time. It's like we have put so much of ourselves, everything. We've put everything on the line for this album. And we just hope that it connects people and with people in that way enough to where it's like, 20 years from now, hopefully they're still looking back at this. It's like, wow, this was like the score to my best years.
No, and honestly, I think that's all you can ask for. When it's ever whatever you're going for is just to enjoy the moment in time. I think that's probably the biggest blessing because time is you never get it back. It's once it's gone, it's spent. Once you use it, you lose it. And it's one of those things I think for your album, if it really does give you that opportunity to just be like, this is our first and it's only going to be our first. So make it momentous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I just want to appreciate and thank you guys again for coming on Unpopular Demand. It was great speaking with you. Beauty School Dropout, new album coming soon. Where did all the butterflies go? You can expect to see this in August, I believe.
September 5th.
September 5th. All right. Sounds great. Other than that, you guys also hope we have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Why and not only great way. Body look like a canvas, skin is covered with tats. Drex are always a classic, look like I'm in the past. Turn the noise up, 100 words are running, turn the noise up.